All right, welcome to another episode of ABQ Sports Crew. We are here live in our beautiful studio for show number 2 in the new studio, guys. I am Joshua Correa, joined by Elijah Esquivel.
Hello.
And Adam Nish.
How's it going, folks?
All right, well, bear with me and Adam. We are extremely exhausted. We've had so many shows, but we couldn't resist.
Nobody wants to hear you complain, Josh. I'm excited to be here.
Thank
there was
you.
some
Thank you,
crazy football going on today. I'm tired, but hey, I'm here to have a good time.
That's what I was about to say, and then you cut me off.
That's because you're tired.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right.
All right. No, we did have a lot going down in the NFL today. We'll get to that in just a minute. We're going to be playing crew versus quarter again. Elijah, the shocking, we'll let you know how he did today. Shocker. And then also we will be having the return of Crew Family Feud. It's a lot better this week, I guarantee it. A lot harder questions than last week. And we're not going to have the same repeat answers according to the game because Adam was just in the mood for fishing.
That's in the past. That's back in the Facebook Live days. We are in the YouTube Live days now. I'm undefeated on YouTube Live, guys. Well, I was undefeated on the new set. You had to ruin that for me, but not on YouTube. Guys, for all of you who tuned in and checked out our show this morning, we were down at Duke City Bar and Grill partying it up with the Bills backers of Albuquerque. What a crew they've got down there. That was so much fun. Thank you for having us. Check out that video. We just posted it on our YouTube page. It's on our Facebook page as well. We're going to be back there for that Jets-Bills game down the road. That's going to be a lot of fun. But thank you so much for having us. Look for more of that live on the site content coming to YouTube.
Yeah, and thank you again to Duke City Sports Bar and Grill and the Bill backers for having us. It was totally just an awesome view of watching all the Bills fans get so excited. And it was like actually being at a football game because they were cheering after every play. You know, they were yelling to sack the quarterback. But we got a lot to go over, guys, especially the NFL today. There was just so much to happen. A lot better week this week than it was last week. The first one we'll talk about is that Thursday night football game between the Rams and the Vikings. Guys, what a showdown in Los Angeles it was. I mean, can anybody predict that Jared Goff was going to throw 5 touchdown passes?
Well, you certainly couldn't. You had him on your bench in fantasy football.
I told you it's hard to choose between Breeze and Goff, okay?
Well, you chose wrong, my friend.
I did choose very wrong.
He had 465 yards and 5 touchdowns. I think this game was so good because in the past, Thursday night football games have been a snooze fest. And this year, I know they changed it up. No more division rivalry games where the teams know each other. It's kind of these games where they're one-off games and they're high-scoring games. Because last year, they were just complete snooze fest. And so I don't think anybody predicted Minnesota would kind of keep it as close as they did. But it was great for the fans because it was just an incredible back-and-forth game that ended within 7 points. And now we're kind of talking at the point now, we'll see how the Chiefs do tomorrow. But, I mean, who can stop the Rams at this point? How good are they?
They're the real deal.
I think they're the answer. I don't think there's really anybody in the NFC that could stop them at this point, or anybody in the NFL at any time could even hang with them. I mean, it's a whole different.
Hang with them is a different thing. That Minnesota team actually played a solid game. You've got to, I mean, that's the type of money that you paid Kirk Cousins for. That's the type of performance. He had a great game. He really did. He played solid, but the difference in that game was where was Minnesota's defense? They've been known as a powerhouse defensively, and there was no defense to be found in that game. So that's what could be the Achilles heel of that team going forward. You got to figure that's like an old Zimmer team. That's something that's going to be addressed. But Kirk Cousins played a great game as well.
Yeah, and they held Gurley to 83 yards, so I think they did a good job on the running side. But when you focus, that's what happens when you have a player like Todd Gurley. You focus really on the running game, and then you just
had an amazing day.
Yeah, and then you let Goff just throw for almost 500 yards on you.
I mean, it was a fantasy dream come true for fantasy
I enjoyed
football.
it. I had Gurley. I had Thielen. I mean, it was just an amazing time.
I even had Robert Woods go up for like 18 points in fantasy on that one. So, honestly, if you have any member of the Rams, start them. I think that's the fair bet going forward. Start them.
Yeah, I think I have to do that from now on. And, what's funny is we have our own fantasy football league, and former ABQ alum Rick Holt has tried trading me garbage for the Rams. So knowing that I have them now is just that much sweeter.
If you guys have any fantasy questions, you want share any comments about this week's games, anything, we've got it live, so we're in.
Fantasy
we've got the comments.
questions or fantasy football?
Fantasy football
questions.
Okay.
Yes. I was about to say this is a different type of show.
In a land called a fantasy. All right,
we've got the live feed. We'll answer your questions.
How do you think we did on answering that Bills question for us? He asked us between Ryan Fitzpatrick and Josh Allen.
Honestly, it's got to be Josh Allen was probably the better player because he actually gets some points. Fitzpatrick, are we talking about that game now?
Well, we'll get to that in just a minute, but let's break down what happened in the NFL today. It was the Dallas Cowboys with the 26-24 victory over the Lions. The Bengals with a 1-point victory over the Falcons, 37-36. The Titans defeating the Eagles in overtime. Titans, guys, 3-1 to start the year. How about the Chicago Bears putting a beat down on
I've
the
been
Tampa
telling
Bay?
you this is coming.
48-10 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Green Bay Packers get a shutout on their defense. They get just a big win today, 22-0. The Jacksonville Jaguars took out the Jets 31-12 today. The New England Patriots took it to the Miami Dolphins 38-7. The Texans and Colts go to overtime, and it's settled by the Texans 37-34. Seattle Seahawks get the win over the Arizona Cardinals 20-17. Another overtime game that happened in Oakland, the Browns and the Raiders 45-42. The Raiders get the victory. The Saints take out the Giants 33-18, and the 49ers lose to the Chargers in LA 29-27, and currently as we speak, it looks like the Ravens have a 14-0 lead on the Steelers.
It's a crazy week, and what I love about going into week 3, week 4 in the NFL is that you start to the questions start to be answered. Is this team for real? When you're 4 or 5 games deep into the season, the answer is yes or no. It starts to become more black and white. There's still some questions to be answered, but for an example, and we'll talk about some of these games, the Miami Dolphins.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean that's exactly case and point right there. We were all saying I don't think they're real. They're one of the only 3-0 teams in the NFL, being hyped up, going into Foxborough. Do you think they're going to take them out? Of course, I'm going to pick them because Patriots are everything that Satan loves. But going into Foxborough, they really are. But the Miami Dolphins aren't real. They're not for real. The Bears, that you've been kind of curious about, I think they're for real. A lot of these questions are starting to be answered.
Yeah, no, definitely. We had kind of really in-depth last week about the Dolphins, and a lot of people have been talking, they've had 3 wins. What kind of teams are they playing against? Right. And they're kind of, like we said, just kindly in the background of that division, and that's normally dominated by the Patriots. And so you get a game today, and they just got absolutely manhandled from the start. It wasn't even close. And same conversation goes for, the Buccaneers. Buccaneers 2-0. You were saying Fitzpatrick was the GOAT, and Josh and I are telling you that he's going to have a bad game.
Get out of here with that.
So
we've been down this road.
Now the Dolphins, the Bucs, those are 2 teams after week 2 we're saying, hey, watch out for these teams, and then 2 weeks later we're like, I don't know about these teams anymore, right? And that's just like you said.
It's like you put your arm down around a little kid and you're saying, listen, Scotty, I know you're excited, but you need to tailor it down a little bit.
Yep.
But let's look at the teams that have a 3-1 start right now. You have the Bengals at 3-1. You have the Titans at 3-1. The Bears at 3-1. Were we talking any of these teams starting off like this at the beginning of the year?
Well, pop some of them off, and let's kind of break it down. Who's for real? Who is an actual playoff / Super Bowl contender at this point? The first one you hit on there, the Bengals. I'm hopping on that bandwagon. I know you guys are hesitant. I like them.
We have this conversation year after year after year.
You can even archive these
year.
videos from our old Space Sports crew.
The Bengals, 10-win team, 11-win team, and you're just like, all right, these Bengals are for real. Andy Dalton leading them to the promised land. Marvin Lewis, right? Same conversation year after year, just for them to get owned game 1 in the playoffs and just to break your hearts. And I say break our hearts, I guess our hearts don't get broken, but Cincy fans, it's hard to put stock in them now because they do this to you every single year. Every year they're an amazing regular season team, and they come playoffs time and they just take a complete crap, and that's what happens. Right. So I am not getting on that bandwagon because, like the Lobos, I'm used to this already. I know what this looks like, and I'm not going to fall for it again.
I think you're looking at something unique with the Cincinnati Bengals because if you're talking, what I'm talking about is not are they going to go to the Super Bowl, what's going to happen in the postseason. I'm saying right here and now. Is this a talented team that is a contender? And they've shown me nothing but excellence. They've shown that they can move the ball. They can win those clutch games that come down to the wire. They played a really good football team today, and they were able to pull off the win. The stats don't lie. The numbers don't lie. I know they've done this year after year, but the fact is they've been in the playoffs year after year and lost, but why not this year?
My favorite 3-1 team right now is actually the New Orleans Saints, because I think when you look at the Saints and you look at the Falcons, case in point today, both teams have won by a very low margin, and the other team has lost by a small margin. And I think those are the teams that are going to go far in the playoffs that know how to basically gut it out in the fourth quarter. if you look at the scores for the Saints and the Falcons, they're almost like mirrored, except the Saints come out on top and the Falcons come out on bottom, which is why one's 3-1, the other one's 1-3. And so that's a team that, to me, I just to kind of watch out for. That's slipping behind the scenes. We all know Drew Brees can pass. I mean, their defense has always been their Achilles heel, but if you can win out gutsy games in the fourth quarter, I mean, that's all you need right now.
I'm picking the Titans as my favorite at the 3-1 spot. I mean, they took out the Jacksonville Jaguars and they took out the defending Super Bowl champions. Yes, it took them overtime to do it, but give them props because they're going up against a tough Eagles defense and they win it at home in overtime. So, a good drive by Marcus Mariota. He converted on 2 fourth downs in that overtime to get that touchdown.
I like Mariota. I like that team as a whole. I don't think they're there yet. I think what you saw a lot of today is Carson Wentz settling in with Alshon Jeffrey and kind of finding his role now that he's back from injury. He was able to connect with him for a touchdown, but finding out who your playmakers are, what is that team's identity going to be, it's hard to get past that Super Bowl hangover. And the Eagles, I think, are going to bounce back. They're going to make the playoffs, but I'm just not sold on the Titans. I don't think they have all the pieces. I think that Delaney Walker injury definitely is still going to bite them in the butt down the road. I'm just not sold yet.
We'll see. I mean, we're only a quarter
Plenty
one fourth done of this. Can you believe that? We're already quarter done of the season. Like, the season's already quarter over.
That's disgusting. You watch your mouth.
Yeah.
And guys, it's going to be October, so whole new month. Let's see what these teams have to offer, especially going into Week 5. But let's break down into some of these games. The Cowboys and Lions. Elijah, are you more satisfied with the Cowboys this week than you are with the Lions, or with where they were last week against the Seahawks?
I'm still not quite satisfied because we still didn't play very well, and we got another win against another bad team. Right? We're not a great team, and we're getting wins against teams that are just much worse than we are. However, I did like the play calling a little bit better this game because we gave Ezekiel Elliott the ball. Every time we lose games, we don't give him the ball. Feed the man. That's his move. Feed the man. I mean, dude had 152 yards carrying it and 88 yards in the air. I mean, he was essentially our offense today. He was our best receiver, which we don't really have any receivers at this point. He was running the ball excellent, and there was a time when Dak was making some pretty bad throws, and when that's happening, we can't put all of the pressure on Dak because we know he's inaccurate. He's not going to make the great throws. So give it to Zeke, give it to our best player, and they actually kind of did that today. Our defense kind of fouled a little bit today, although we had a few sacks. That was we never had that in the past, so it's nice to gain sacks. But, I mean, again, I'm not putting too much into the Cowboys, but we're 2-2, and we're kind of on the top of our division right now, which is kind of weird to say because our division seems like it's a pretty bad division. So we'll see who's going to come out on top and make the adjustments needed to win the division by the end of the season.
Well, your division was 1-2 today because the Redskins were on a bye this week.
Yep.
So, you guys were the best in your division this week. So,
not saying much, though.
Not saying much. All right, let's go over another one here. How about the let's talk about Adam's team now. The Jacksonville Jaguars and the New York Jets, 31-12.
I got this.
Let me say something.
I got this,
first.
Josh.
How about Blake Bortles today?
Blake Bortles is garbage.
Look at his completion. Look at his
garbage.
What was he in? Like
terrible quarterback.
He was 29 for 38.
29 for 38. 388 yards, Adam. 388
That's a 76% completion percentage.
And he was playing. It was garbage.
Don't say he wasn't playing a good defense because you're always giving him the defense.
They played terrible.
How many times do we see Josh love Blake Bortles one week, and then when we rip him the next week, it's like, oh, I don't like Blake Bortles. Yeah.
I'm talking about a Super Bowl caliber quarterback. I'm talking about an elite quarterback. I'm talking about a quarterback that is ever going to take your team anywhere. Blake Bortles is not that player. Everybody's gonna have. Look, are you saying Fitzpatrick is going to be the next Joe Montana because he started the season solid?
Give the man some respect for taking out your defense today.
No, he did. No, I'm not knocking him today.
Spit it out, dog.
I'm saying that Bortles is not a good quarterback.
But he was a better one today.
But that's not saying much against a rookie.
4 games into the NFL. So here's the thing. I'll break down today's game for you.
Since nobody watched it.
Not even this guy watched it.
I actually did on my phone. I was wondering.
We were at the bar and he did not want to even look at that TV.
I was hurting. It hurt. So here's the thing. I mean, you get hyped about your team. I was looking at the defense. I look at the pieces. I look at the changes. And the Jets look like they're on the rise. They're definitely taking steps from a personnel standpoint going in the right direction. A lot of our younger players on defense are getting better. Our quarterback, I still believe in. He's going to be ups and downs. But the problem that we have right now, our coaching staff is so hell-bent on playing this mediocre, play-it-safe offense just to get the quarterback developed. They're not letting him go out and play. They're not letting Sam Darnold get the experience he needs. You know what's going on with Josh Allen right now? They threw him to the Wolves and said, go figure it the hell out. And you know what they did with Elway? They threw him to the Wolves and said, go figure it the hell out. And what happened? These are players that made it in the long run. Bates is handcuffing the quarterback. Todd Bowles is letting it happen, and McCagnon is saying, I'm going to secure my job because I'm going to play this safe football just so I can say he's a rookie and develop him and try to get him down the road. Let him go out and play. Let him take his bruises. That offensive coordinator needs out of New York this minute. And that defense was atrocious today. They've been better in the past, but it's just a handcuffed offense as a whole. The talent is there. Nobody believes that. I think the talent's there. It's the play calling that's atrocious.
17 completions for 167 yards for your quarterback. You ain't winning any games with
no,
those
absolutely
kind of percent
not.
with that kind
but
of stats.
if you look what was happening, you run the ball. We have no offensive line, so we can't run. Isaiah Crowell had, I think, 4 carries for 0 yards and a safety. Talk about a stat line. I mean, that offensive line is garbage, absolutely atrocious. But and so that's our biggest area of focus right now. But when you got in those third down situations, we punted it in the fourth quarter when we were still in contention. We kicked a field goal when we were inside the 20-yard line when we needed about 14 points. It was terrible play calling. It was safe play calling, and it's all on the coaches for this. We need an offensive line. That's no secret. We're not a team built to win now, right? We're building, and we're going in the right direction. But God, that play calling pissed me off. They need to take a gut check as a coaching staff, not as a team.
Drop the mic. That's how they break.
Yeah. And Vontae Davis is just retired from NFL, so there we go.
Actually, it's a better show now that he's gone. So let's. So
how did jump into a different game? How did the Bill backers react? I know they kind of got stung, so they didn't even score a point. I didn't watch the game because I didn't really care. But let me guess. Here's how it went down. Oh, Aaron Rodgers last week he had a lot of injuries, and this week, he just 22 points against this really bad Bills D. This guy's just the greatest ever.
Actually, they were not even complaining about the Packers. They were complaining about their own team. Going in there at halftime, a lot of them we talked to before the game were all hyped about Josh Allen. And then at halftime, you kind of see him thinking like they wanted to boo the guy because he wasn't playing aggressive, especially against the Packers. And Clay Matthews, you got worried for that guy because he's going to tackle a quarterback, get flagged for it. He tackled correctly today, and Josh Allen just went down got
what I liked.
Coming after you.
We I think his name was Matt, the guy that we were interviewing on this morning show. We asked him, we're like, what are your expectations? You're coming off a huge win against a very good Minnesota team. And he said, tempered expectations. Mm-hmm. He's like, we're not a Super Bowl team. We're not a team that's going to win now. And we can't think that just because we won this week, it's any given Sunday. He's like, there's the bit of hope. You let that bit of hope, that big bit of optimism creep in. Hopefully not too much, because then you end up like me. Yeah. Just completely heartbroken. But I liked it. I was like, tempered, wise, let the hope come in, but it's not a great team right now.
Sometimes it's nice when your team is kind of one of the bad teams of the year. I mean, not year after year after year, but when you have one of those down years, because you don't say your expectations high, so if you lose, you're not bummed out. Like, we've had those Sundays when your team is good and you lose, and you're like, man, that kind of ruined the rest of my weekend, right? And my Monday. But when you have a team that's just like, I know we're not going to win, so when we lose, it's fine. But like, you can take the positives out, right? Our quarterback actually did pretty good. He had crappy stats, but like, I saw a lot of positives there. I saw some good with our receivers, our line, our running backs.
Absolutely.
And I think kind of the Bills, they're going to right now just trying to pinpoint like, what are the small? I mean, when you don't put up any points, it's kind of hard to find that. But what are the small shades of light that we can see, like, oh yeah, that was kind of nice, like,
right. It was rough for the Bills. I mean, if you look at their first 7 possessions, it was just 8 yards and then punt.
It was so cool to be there, though. Those Buffalo Bills backers, and they're a rival, and the next time I see you guys, I'll be decked out in my Jets gear, and I'll be down there with you, and we'll have a good time. But it was so cool to watch. You have people from every age, every generation, decked out, dressed up, and hanging by a thread on every single play. Yeah. If it was a run outside, and if they got a first down, the place exploded. And when the Packers got a big pass, it's wow. I mean, it was phenomenal. It's a cool environment, and that's what the NFL's all about. It's bringing these people together.
Dedicated, hardcore fans.
Absolutely. I mean, what's it? 4 Super Bowls the Bills have been? They still don't have
4
a ring?
straight, and they lost them all. So. But you know what? Give it to them for being a great fan base.
Absolutely.
week in, week out, they're there every week. They're family, and that's what you guys gotta remember when you're an NFL fan. It's just a game.
That's what we're trying to teach these Patriots fans. Is when Brady's gone, you're gonna have to come together. You're gonna have to. What do we do now?
Because all of our teams have been in.
There's gonna be a time.
All of our teams have had those seasons where it's just a throwaway season, and you're just like, this is garbage. Just get next season over with. But you know what? Every week you keep tuning in because you just want to see if they're going to improve from the last week.
That's what happened. That's one of the lowest I've been as a Jets fan after that loss to the Browns. I mean, there's not a lot of other ways we can embarrass ourselves. What I said, listen, I hate the Jets until next week. And as of next week, you get back, you root them on, and they embarrass you again, and you love it. So, I mean, that's what it's about. At the end of the day, there's 32 teams in the NFL. One's going to win a Super Bowl. It's probably not your team. So,
Adam, let's talk about a game that
was super depressing.
That was.
Oh my God! I'm
and
sorry,
that'll
guys.
wrap up our show this
Go
week.
team!
Let's talk about a game that you actually told me before the show during our talk before the show started, because you wanted to talk about what happened in Oakland today between the Browns and the Raiders.
Oh my God! And I just saw Marcus tuning in here. He's a big Oakland fan. He's not gonna like what I have to say, and we're gonna dive into these quarterback rules a little bit. But I'm gonna go. I mean, after that whole Jets round, I'm not really going off now. So I was disgusted. And a lot of what I said was going to happen. And Baker actually played a pretty good game. He did throw that pick. They're starting to key in on him a little bit. Oakland's not a great team right now. We're still trying to figure out what Oakland is. I don't think they're the offensive juggernaut that they think they are. And Oakland, congrats to you. You did get on the board. You got your first win of the season, so congrats to you. But I'm going to talk to you about the one play. All week long, we've been talking about you hit the quarterback, you look at the quarterback wrong, and there's a flag. And everybody, Clay Matthews said to the camera, the NFL's getting soft. All the analysts are saying it's getting soft. There was a play where the Browns came around the back of Carr as he pulled his arm back, hit him in the back, and instantly the ball flies out behind his back. It's a fumble. The Browns pick it up and go to run it in for the end zone, and they called the play dead. They called it dead because they said his forward motion was stopped.
When he got hit from
Wrap
behind?
your mind around that. Hit from behind, the ball comes out backwards, but his forward motion was stopped. Let's Derek Carr, be careful, guys. That's all it is. It's the owners making these rules because that's their money. You have billionaire owners. You have the Jerry Joneses. You have the... of course. No, you have these owners that are so caught up in the quarterbacks that they're forgetting that they are breaking down the integrity of this game. Who knows? The Raiders, I mean, hats off to you. A win is a win. I'm not going to try to take that away from you. Raider Nation, congratulations on getting on the board.
You beat the Browns.
Knows? You got that big hit, that momentum at the end, and the Browns pick it up and go to run in for an end zone, and they call the play dead. Big Mo is stomped right there. It's ended right there. And then they go to overtime, and then they lose the game, and it's just, it's disgusting.
If you think about it, the Browns should be like 4-0 right now.
They really should.
They really should be 4-0
That's what's crazy.
right now.
But it's the Browns, so the Browns are going to
find a way to lose.
I want to be a Browns fan just so a single win is just like, ah!
And, the Raider fans, I bet you we're going to see it now. Oh, we're back. Raider Nation's back. You beat the Browns.
Marcus says we're trying to get our Tuck rule back.
Yeah,
that was
make up for lost time. Yeah, I don't know. I have a few friends who are Raider fans on social media, and I didn't really hear. I mean, they were happy that they got their first win, but I can't imagine anyone in Raider Nation thinking that they're back.
Out in overtime?
Yeah, overtime win against the Browns. You're not back.
I feel so bad for the Browns. Like,
I mean,
they're this close every week.
It's still entertaining to watch that game because Marshawn Lynch, after he had a play called dead on him, just punts it. Just punts the ball. Marshawn being Marshawn is still entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoy. I mean, this week's games were just enjoyable. We had 3 overtime games. Which of the 3 overtime games did you find most enjoyable to watch? I have to give it to the Titans and the Eagles because seeing Marcus Mariota move the ball against them, like I said earlier, and just converting on 2 4th downs, that's huge. That's huge for them, And Elijah being a Cowboy fan, nothing better than seeing the Eagles go down.
You talking about Cincinnati?
Yeah, and then the other overtime game we had was the Texans and the Colts. Texans getting their first win of the year.
Mm-hmm. Cincinnati went to overtime as well. I think we had 4 overtime games.
Did we have 4?
I think so. Because you had the Cincinnati and Atlanta Falcons.
Cincinnati didn't go overtime.
They didn't go to overtime?
They didn't go overtime.
Oh, it came down to the wire then. I didn't catch the end of that game. But so you have the Houston Texans. Houston Texans, I mean, kudos to them for getting that win. That's still a garbage team. That's still a team.
So are the Texans and Colts? This was the battle of who's going to be the doormat of this division, pretty much.
Andrew Luck, I think, is back. I think he's going to do great things. They just
Yeah,
need to build a
400 some
team.
yards passing.
464 yards, 4 touchdowns, but
Doesn't
Still
count
not
when
enough.
they get that victory. Yeah.
yeah.
And I don't know.
For me, it's got to be this Browns game just because the Browns are a decent team now. Baker Mayfield is a decent quarterback, and they're going in the right direction. Oakland, getting their first win, that's cool. I mean, congratulations. But it's just more memorable. What sucks is you have such a passionate, hard-played game, and it comes down to these bullcrap calls by the referee, throwing the flag. And they even had one right after that where a guy caught the ball and they hit him and they almost called it defenseless receiver. The safety has part of this game every year has gone bigger and bigger, and we talk about it, but then they say nothing will be done at this time.
Yeah.
And every year it goes closer to flag football, and I'm over it. I'm sick of it, and so are the players.
Julian, can I ask you a favor, producer, sir? I left my notebook over on at the table. Can you reach that for me? You gotta make this guy work.
Jeez, man.
I don't want to unclick because I just got to this microphone where I needed it to be. So.
Mark says no, not happy at all. So I mean, 1-3.
Thank you, sir.
Kansas City Chiefs are going to run away with that division regardless. Broncos
Is there a
don't
pin
stand a
right there,
prayer.
too?
San Diego doesn't stand a prayer. You've got to give credit real quick, and you got to touch on this for all of you Niners fans out there. Your backup quarterback, he showed up. He played a solid game. I think he had 2 touchdowns and 1 interception.
Can anybody repeat his name?
Bethard, or
CJ Bethard.
CJ Bethard, yeah. I mean, no, he actually, everyone said they're going to get skunked on this game because the Phillip Rivers and the Chargers are not a bad team at all. And they gave him a run for it. So, I mean, there's still hope for you, Niners Nation. I still don't, you don't have a prayer in that division, but maybe a wild card if you, but I mean, your quarterback's not that bad. At least you have watchable football.
Yeah. You don't have a hope for the playoffs this year, but it is watchable football.
Oh my God. I'm trying to be optimistic for them.
1-3, come on.
Hey, Jets are 1-3. We might win the Super Bowl. We can go 10. How'd the crew versus quarter go? Where are we at, Josh? Help us out here.
Apparently, Josh wasn't ready for the show today.
Apparently, he's taking his
I
notes.
guess we'll be the host today. I don't know what's going on.
You know what?
here.
Also, I forgot. I don't have the quarter right now.
Oh my God!
See,
I know I had a
asleep.
rough week. I'm in dead last for crew versus the quarter.
All right. So this week, so far, currently as we stand before the Pittsburgh and the Kansas City, you just throw it out.
What was that?
That works. We have a quarter.
Yes, you did, yeah.
Thank you, Julian.
All right. So I was okay. Whatever. All right. Currently, as we sit, Elijah is with an 8-5 record.
Congratulations.
Adam's at a 6-7 record. The quarter having its first bad week at 4-9. And then me sitting at 6-7 as well.
You and I both.
So I'm the only one with the winning percentage.
You're the only one with the winning percentage this week. Good job, sir.
Early on.
Curtain call.
So it's NFL Week 5. Let's go ahead and start. We got the Colts and at the Patriots to start Thursday Night Football.
That'll be a good game. They're finally getting some decent Thursday night football games.
Yeah.
But the Colts are in Foxborough?
Yeah, at least there's no color rush.
Josh Gordon's going to be back.
He was back today.
Was he back today?
Yeah, 2 receptions for 26 yards.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have Gordon, not Josh Gordon, Edelman.
Oh, Edelman.
Edelman's going to be back that week. It's in Foxborough. And, I mean, the Colts on the road after suffering the loss today, not a lot of momentum. You got to go Patriots.
I think it's gonna be a close game too. If this was 2006, come on, man, it's not gonna be a close game at all.
This one's gonna be
next.
Next. We've talked about it. As long as Tom Brady's at home.
Let us know in the comments what you guys think.
Next.
And the coin is taken. The away team.
The Colts.
The Colts.
We have a shot against this quarter this year. Well, I don't. I'm cursed.
All right, so the next game is going to be the New York Giants going down to Charlotte to face the Panthers.
I mean, the Giants. Talk about, again, I've been ripping on the NFC East for a while, and the Giants definitely are the dumpster juice of the NFC East.
Dumpster juice.
Yeah,
that's a new word.
That's an aggressive term.
The bottom of the barrel just spewing out there. They're so bad, and which is fine. But they're...
So you're saying they stink?
Yeah, they smell really bad right now. Really bad. I think that's another skip, right?
Nope, not for me. I'm going to say that Saquon Barkley goes down. I don't trust that Carolina team. I don't think they're a good team. I will say this till the day I die. McCaffrey is overrated. Cam Newton is not a clutch quarterback. And I'm saying the upset this week, New York Giants are going to win.
You're all alone, buddy.
I'll take it.
The coin took the Carolina Panthers. I'm taking the Carolina Panthers.
Mark says Pats will win, obviously, on that game. All right.
All right, so we got our first real good game this week, or coming up in Week 5. The Jacksonville Jaguars travel to Kansas City to take on the Kansas City
I feel like
Chiefs.
there's been a lot of good games in the NFL so far this season,
in
Josh.
Week 5. My apologies, Adam. Gosh.
So Jacksonville and the Chiefs. It's not going to be a good game.
Yeah, this is probably probably the game of the week, though. When you're looking at the matchups for the week, this is probably going to be the game of the week. With the Jaguars, how they play today, I don't see. No. I guess we'll see Chiefs. I mean, if the Chiefs continue to play, we'll see tomorrow against the Broncos. If they play, they've been playing the last 3 weeks. I don't think that the Jags have a chance. Yeah, but if they completely pull a Tampa Bay and lay just a big egg,
how's it going, Jordan?
And then, hey, happy birthday! Is that Jordan Roberts? Happy birthday to you, man!
Jordan.
Happy birthay, Jordan.
No, I agree with you 100%. You cannot go against Mahomes right now. Rolling with Mahomies. You can't go against the team right now.
Even the producers, and that guy knows nothing about sports, and he's dogging you already on that one.
Why are you so mean to everybody? Jeez.
He's the one that admitted he knows.
He just got you the notebook, got you
stand in the corner.
Yeah.
You're done for 5 minutes.
Time out for you. My
apologies.
Anyways, the Chiefs are the better team. They've got the offensive superpower. They've been putting up 6-7 touchdowns a game. It's not going to be as high scoring for them because the Jags do have a good defense. They do have a pretty solid overall defense, but Bortles is a garbage quarterback. He's not going to get up to the occasion. I'm taking Chiefs by double digits.
Yeah, I have Chiefs as well. Sorry, not the Chiefs. The Chiefs. Has Ramsey made any comments on Mahomes yet? I know he likes to give his critique on every quarterback. I'm very curious.
And Jordan says the best birthday gift he could have got a Bears route today. And those Bears are for real.
So landing on tails. So the quarter's taking the Jaguars.
You're flipping it. Let me.
Forget it.
Yeah, it's taking the Jaguars.
I'm going to agree with the quarter on this one. I'm taking Jacksonville as well.
Of course you would. Jeez.
Jacksonville against the
Kansas City Chiefs. Oh my gosh.
Where's the scar? With a little lobotomy.
Get your hand away from me. All right, so the next one is the Tennessee Titans heading up to Buffalo, New York to face the Buffalo Bills.
Is this next? Sorry, Buffalo. Good luck.
Adam's in deep thought right now.
I just really like the fans I met today. I got to take Tennessee. You can't go off the fans. The fans the Bills Packers were super, super cool. Your team's on the rise. I don't think you're going to win next week. Tennessee is playing solid football.
Team's on the rise?
Well, this quarter
they've got a franchise quarterback. That's definitely going the right direction.
I guess when you're at the bottom, there's you can
one
only
way
go
to
up,
go.
So,
this is a clean sweep. The quarter's taking Tennessee as well. All right, Miami Dolphins head to Cincinnati, Ohio to take on the Bengals. This would be a decent test, right? No.
Yeah, we started off the show by saying Miami is not for real. They played some good games. They were the sheep in wolves' clothing. They came out and looked like and pretended and played the part of a fierce competitor when they are who we thought they were. And Cincinnati
they are who we thought they were.
Cincinnati
and we let them off the
hook.
Yeah. All right, so everybody's taking Cincy on this one?
How about you guys in the comments? You got Cincy? Are the Miami Dolphins for real? I don't think so. You let me know.
Except for you Patriots fans.
Yes.
We know you hate the Dolphins.
All right, so the next one is going to be the Atlanta Falcons heading to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers.
Ooh, this is going to be a good
Falcons
one.
and Steelers?
I think this may be the game of the week because you have two teams kind of
high scoring,
trying to find their identity who are just basically two gunslinging teams. I think this is going to actually be a really good game, but I'm going to take, I think this is going to be Atlanta's bounce back game. I mean, they'll probably win like 50-45, but.
I mean, Ravens are up 14-6 right now on the Steelers.
I'm going to go with Pittsburgh just because I think Big Ben rips apart bad defenses. And we saw him with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so I got to go with Big Ben having a good game this
I don't see him keeping pace. I just don't see him being able to keep pace with what that Atlanta offense can do. I'm going to give it to the ATL. You need to write more notes?
No.
Okay.
Sure. The coin is taking the home team, so it's taking the Pittsburgh Steelers as well.
I like the split this week.
The next one, division rivalry game between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns.
That's another good. I mean, we were talking about how this next week isn't going to be great football. There's a lot of good games out there. Really interesting. I will say this has been a weird season so far, but I like that game. I think it's going to be a good one.
In Cleveland, let's see. They're playing well.
Baltimore's playing better.
Yeah.
According to Vegas right now, they have Cleveland as a 1-point favorite on this one.
Wow. When's the last time you saw that?
We'll see if that changes, which is crazy.
Probably against the Jets.
Probably when this game is over and if the Baltimore Ravens win, I'm sure that's going to change. But, yeah.
I think for all safety, I have to take the Ravens.
Yeah,
I think I have to take Baltimore.
I will as well.
Same here. I'll be rooting for the Browns, though.
Yeah, I mean, why not? They're not going anywhere right now, but they deserve a few happy moments.
Coin is taking the away team, so it's taking the Baltimore Ravens as well. All right, next one. All right, guys, for those of you that don't know, me and Adam Nish made a bet at the beginning of the season.
Well, I know we made it after the Jets played one game,
right.
and I was like, "They're awesome."
All right, so here's what's going to be. Broncos travel to the Jets next week. Loser has to wear the opposing team's jersey, hold a sign on Coors and Montano here in Albuquerque that says either the Broncos suck, or honk if the Broncos suck, or honk if the Jets suck.
There's no contractual agreement.
No, that's garbage. Do not do this.
No. I mean, I'm down. I think it's going to be a better game than you think. I don't think you're giving them enough
I don't
credit.
think it's going to be a complete blowout by the Broncos.
It's going to come down to the coaching. What I said earlier. If they let Darnold play, it'll be great. If they get the momentum going, last time that Denver came to New York, yeah, Denver came away with the win, but it was with an even worse team, and they snuck by. I think it's a better team now. I think the Jets are going to win it.
Oh. Well, you're going to be looking pretty in that Broncos.
Hey, check it out. So if you want to see Josh, I think we're going to do Coors and Montano, Coors and Paseo.
Coors and Montano.
Coors and Montano.
Yeah.
So Coors and Montano,
That's
we'll let you guys know on our Facebook page what time Josh will be out there. He'll be donning a nice Jets jersey. We'll make this one nice and big.
As soon as Adam stops dreaming, you'll see him in a Bronco uniform. I'm going to get you the bright orange one too. And you make sure to hold that sign.
When he's standing out there, make sure there's a Whole Foods right there. Get some tomatoes. I mean, just light him up.
Where are you at, man? Where's Montano?
Oh, Sprouts. Whatever. Same thing.
Shout out to Sprouts and Whole Foods.
Hey!
Elijah, we got to hear your intake on this one. Broncos and Jets.
Honestly, they have Jets.
Just go ahead.
As a 2.5-point favorite
For
so
real?
far.
No way.
They have them as a 2.5-point favorite.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
I love Vegas.
According to this app, right? This is the ESPN app. Of course, it's an ever-changing. But I think
Watch today's game.
I'm gonna have to go with the Broncos on this one. I kind of want Josh to lose, though.
I know, I want him to lose so bad.
I hope the Jets win, but if I'm a betting man, I'm probably
I hope it's raining and I could hit a puddle. I've envisioned this in my head.
Coin is taking the away team, so they're taking the Denver Broncos. Man, my microphone don't reach that far.
I got you, Josh. Don't worry. Go ahead.
And that wraps up the show today.
What's next?
All right, so the next one is going to be another division rivalry game. Green Bay heads to Detroit to take on the Lions.
Sweep.
Sweet. Well, okay. No opinions on this one.
Sweep. Come on. Lions lost to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
They're a bad team.
That's solid. And they lost to the Jets. Green Bay.
Really bad team.
Cheese.
Coin is taking the home team, so it's taking the Detroit Lions.
I hope Detroit wins, though. Tired of Aaron Rodgers.
So next one, another division rivalry game. This one was a former team in LA, the Oakland Raiders, now going back to LA to face the Chargers.
Ooh.
No, it's got to be Chargers. I'm going to go with the Chargers. I'm sorry, Raider Nation. The Chargers, they haven't lived up to my expectations thus far. I thought they were going to take the AFC West, and they still could. I mean, they're a decent team. I think they're a much better put-together team. I do like pieces of Oakland. I like Jordy Nelson if they find out how to use him. I love the tight end Cook. He's been lighting it up. Marshawn Lynch is always entertaining, but it's just they haven't put the pieces together. Defensively, they're not a sound team. I mean, that absence of Khalil Mack is just, it's big, and it's ever-present. So I got to give it to Phillip Rivers and the Chargers.
I think the Chargers are a good team. I mean, they have 2 losses to the Chiefs and the Rams, who we've already discussed as the best teams in the NFL right now. So I don't think anyone in Charger Nation is worried right now about their record. It seems so far that they're kind of a team that plays to their opponent. I mean, they lost some close ones to the Chiefs and the Rams, and then they won by 11 to the Bills, which probably should have beat the crap out of the Bills, right? And then today won by 2 against the 49ers, who have a Jimmy G less 49ers. So they kind of play to the talent of their team right now. So that's going to be a good game. I think the Chargers are going to win, and I think just they have nothing to be worried about because 2 losses against the best teams in the NFL as of Week 4 right now.
So everybody's taking the Chargers.
What you got?
Coin is taking the away team, taking the Oakland Raiders.
That coin.
Loser.
All right, so the next one is also another division rivalry game. The Cardinals and the 49ers.
That's actually an interesting game. I'm going to give this.
I'm going to have to give it to San Francisco on this one.
Oh, cutoff. Oh, sorry,
yes, I did.
ahead.
Thank you. Next question.
As I was saying, I'm going to give this one to the Arizona Cardinals. I'm saying that Josh Rosen gets his first win. If you look at the game today, a heartbreaker against the Seahawks. Put his team in position to win, kicks the field goal, shanked. Seahawks go down and win it. He put himself in a position to win against a team that I think is the better team. I think Arizona comes away with the win this week.
And I'm going to have to agree with Nishi on this one. I do think it's going to be their first win of the season. And, it's kind of right now a battle between trying to figure out what the heck's going to – the battle of the quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. Which kind of bad quarterback right now is going to make the better plays here.
And you can't say Rosen's bad. He's learning. I would have been happy if the Jets drafted Rosen. I was actually excited to see how he does in the NFL, and I think he's done well so far.
If you're not good, you're bad. So, bad quarterbacks. But yes.
It's Ricky Bobby mentality, I swear.
So the quarter took Arizona as well.
Yeah, smart quarter.
All right, so next one is going to be the Rams and the Seahawks.
Okay. Pass.
Does anybody have the Seahawks?
We might have the quarter.
Let's see what the quarter says. Because those Rams are, in my opinion, unstoppable. They're a serious threat of going undefeated.
No, the quarter, even the quarter even looked at me and said
no. No, the Rams are seriously one of the biggest threats to the Dolphins' legacy in the last ever since the Patriots. And if it's not due to them resting players late in the season, I could see that being an undefeated team. There's such depth.
We had a little mild conversation about this earlier. What happened to the future Cowboy Earl Thomas today?
No,
gave a Seahawk birdie over to his bench after breaking his leg.
There was rumors he was already going to sign with another team, but he over there, and he tried to clarify afterwards, saying he was saying it to the player that hurt him, but nobody hurt him. It was a non-contact injury, fractured his leg. He was saying goodbye to Seattle. A little update, 14-14 in the game tonight. Looked like the Pittsburgh Steelers are making a bit of a comeback. So an interesting one. Those rivalry games always go down to the wire. And I love the Baltimore and the Steelers when they play. Bless you.
Hey, man.
It's a very physical game, always.
Those teams hate each other, so.
All right, we're down to just 3 more picks here, guys, as the Minnesota Vikings travel to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles.
Vikings. I don't see the Eagles being good. I think they're a super overrated team because I think a lot of people still have them as being a good team, and I don't see how. Carson Wentz.
I think they still have the talent. They're just not using it properly. Whereas Minnesota is a damn good team, and they're using the talent properly.
My only thing is which Minnesota team is going to show up? The one that we saw last Thursday night?
They played good.
Or no. Would you let me finish?
Oh my God.
Or the one that showed up against Buffalo?
Wait, okay, never mind.
That's my only concern. Which Kirk Cousins are we going to see?
No, that's true. They were looking past that. We've talked about that. They looked past that Buffalo game like, here's a gimme, and they fell into that trap.
I really want Kirk Cousins to do well, especially because I have Thielen and Diggs in.
I just hate the fact that he got paid so much money just because I don't think he's the caliber of quarterback to deserve that kind of money. But I've been down that road. I've had that rant.
You like that?
Did you see who did that to him last week?
Yeah.
Philadelphia is the choice for the quarter. Sunday Night Football. Dallas and Houston.
Didn't we play the first game Sunday Night Football?
Now you're back on it.
So this is the second time I can't watch my team play because I'm here for the show?
No, you played the Giants on Monday Night Football when we were live at game time.
We schedule accordingly.
We'll have it on for you next week.
We just broke Elijah's heart. He's a diehard Cowboys fan. He's like, I can't watch my boys.
I don't know if I want to be a part of the show anymore.
You probably won't want to watch it anyways.
Yeah, come on. You guys really have the Texans beating us? Please tell me you don't have
It's in Houston.
Who cares? That's Dallas Stadium number 2.
I got you. I'm going to go with Houston. Elijah went with the Broncos. He broke my heart on the Jets. Deshaun Watson showed some promise. It's still a garbage team, but I think Cowboys just stink a little worse.
I actually want Adam to lose now.
I'm going with my maneuver. So what I do is I pick against the Jets. This week I'm doing it against you. I'm taking Dallas. All right. But I'm hoping that Dallas loses. So hate.
There's a lot of hate. This is a hateful
Well, the coin's agreeing with you, Adam. So it's taking Houston. All right. So the next one is next Monday Night Football: the Redskins and the Saints to end Monday Night Football.
Ooh, that's actually been a good game because the Redskins have been playing some excellent football, and so have the Saints.
Is the Redskins at the Saints?
Yep. It's in New Orleans. I got to take New Orleans. I got to take Drew Brees at home.
Yeah. You really do. I mean, Alex Smith is a safe quarterback. He makes smart plays, but I don't think he has near as much talent around him. The defense, I think, is better for Washington, but I don't see them coming away with the win.
What do you say, Mr.
I'm going to take the Aints as well. They're always so good in the Big Easy.
Hey,
and like I said earlier, Drew Brees and the Saints, they're a gritty team, and they know how to win late. Really important in this league.
the coin's going with Washington. You'll be happy to know you won't have to see Green Bay play this week because they're on a bye week.
I'm sure people will still have a way to talk about Aaron Rodgers on this bye.
We'll get there.
Tired of that guy already.
So, Adam, it is that time of the show. Where
Is it game time?
We got to play Family Feud, but where's your buzzers?
I thought if it's Family Feud, what do we need a buzzer for?
Remember to start to get the.
Oh, we're going against each
started.
other? Well,
Yeah.
we are not prepared for this.
We're
at
not
all.
prepared
It's
at
all right.
all.
We'll just raise our hand. Whoever
I'm
does
good.
first.
We're going to make this work. So the way we'll do it is, he says Kamara is unstoppable. I'd agree with that right now. He put up some huge points today. So we'll say Adam or Eli.
We're raising your
Raise
hand.
your hand.
Okay, that works too.
All right, I did find a different
Game time!
I did find a different survey website. This one's a lot better. It's even been approved by ESPN, so I found it. So we're good. All right, so this
So
one
we weren't good last week.
Yeah.
that one was kind of a weird one. All right, so this one, welcome to the Crew Family Feud. All right, so also in this one, guys, we're playing for fast money as well. These two guys will team up once again, and we're going to select one lucky YouTube fan, and you're going to go home. We're going to ship you guys this beautiful New Mexico Lobo Hockey official game puck. I mean, look at that. That's old school Lobo. I mean, it's just
Lobo
a nice puck.
Louie.
So one of you, if these guys get over 200
Going through
points,
puberty.
we're going to pick one YouTube viewer, and you're going to get that beautiful puck. That's only if they get over 200 points, though. All right, so round one. All right, so top 5 answers on the board. All right, so here we go. We asked 100 people who the top 5 NFL quarterbacks of all time are. Elijah.
Tom Brady.
Number 2 answer.
I don't know what number one's going to be. It's stupid.
Joe Montana?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
Joe Montana is
stupid.
number
I
1.
agree. That's stupid. That's
Stupid.
completely wrong.
Alrighty, so Adam, you control the board. 1 strike. Remember, Elijah has a chance to steal.
5 quarterbacks or 4?
5 quarterbacks.
I have to go through the top 5
Yes.
of all time? So you have Joe Montana, number 1. So number 3 has to be Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers?
What?
No, it is not
Get
Aaron
out of
Rodgers.
here.
Elijah, you have a chance to steal. Who is it?
Peyton Manning.
That is correct. Peyton Manning at number 3, and then they put this is off ESPN. Johnny Unitas is number 4,
Wow.
and Drew Brees is number 5.
Yeah. I mean, you got to put.
Look at you got class
put
this week.
Staubach or okay, whatever. Yeah. Drew
Terrible.
Brees. He's won Super Bowl ring.
I put Elway in front of him.
Yeah. I mean, that's the same argument of Aaron Rodgers. They have 1 ring. They're great, but
You're not
going to
throw Brett Favre out there? You're not going to throw... I
One
mean,
ring.
Yeah.
All right.
Rings
so,
aren't every... All right.
All right. So Elijah, you currently have 75 points, sir. All right, Adam. This is your chance. Points are doubled. This is the second round. Here we go. Name the top 5 popular teams who wear green. Elijah.
Is this in all sports?
All sports. All 4.
Eagles.
No, it's not on there.
Celtics.
Celtics is number 1. Good job, Adam. All right, you control the board. Remember, 1 strike, and
5 teams?
Elijah can
right.
steal it away.
Green Bay Packers.
That is the number 2 answer.
Who else wears green?
I have no idea.
If we're going... so you said Eagles. Jets.
Jets is the number 5 answer.
I almost forgot about the Jets.
We got 3 and 4 now. 3 and 4 are still left on the board. You got 5 seconds to answer, sir.
Oakland... our Athletics.
Number 4 answer.
Wow.
Man, there is just 1 team left.
Come
this
on, I got to get
board.
some points for this.
Green.
All right.
I still should get the points if he can't get it.
Elijah, you have a chance to steal and
That's
win
right.
the game
Okay.
if you know who the number 3 answer is.
I mean, if we say the Athletics, I'm going to have to say the Mariners.
Is it the Mariners?
Couldn't be.
The answer, Adam, you win this round on YouTube. You win. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, you do. Yes, you do win. The number 3
Let's
answer
go.
was the Dallas Stars. The Dallas Stars are number 3.
Who?
Yeah, come on. The Dallas Stars.
That's all right.
Adam
Undefeated!
finally-
Hey!
He's like a Cleveland Brown.
So there's only 2 rounds?
There's only 2 rounds. Yeah,
What?
that's what we did last week. We do get a chance for fast money though.
Rigged.
Yeah, but we're playing for you guys on YouTube.
Man,
Rigged.
Hey, how about you get on out of here? We're going to switch up strategy.
But you have your mic already out. So.
Yeah, you already have your mic out. You're going to have to leave the room.
Okay,
sir.
I'm going to leave first. We're going to switch up strategy.
I just didn't want to get up. So.
I think he's going to the bathroom, honestly, with this mic. All right. So, Mr. Producer, can we get 20 seconds on the board, sir?
You all set?
All righty. This is Fast Money. Remember, we're going to select one random YouTube viewer, and if Elijah and Adam get over 200 points, you're going home with the official game puck of the New Mexico Lobo hockey team. All right. Here we go. Fast Money. Clock will start as soon as the first question is read. Okay? Name a sport in which the announcers get as excited as the fans.
Hockey.
Name the most popular college team in Texas.
University of Texas.
Name a reason an NFL player doesn't make the Hall of Fame.
Because he wasn't good.
Besides the four major sports, name a sport most Americans will watch.
Soccer.
Oh, we didn't make it to the last one. Oh, that's a tough one.
I was saying the answers right after they were done. Oh, man, this is just... Oh,
all right, so we said name a sport in which the announcers get as excited as the fans. You said hockey. Survey said number 3 answer at 12 points.
What was number 1?
Football. American football.
American football announcers do not get excited? Oh, my gosh, this is a garbage
We asked you the second question.
They have to stay neutral.
The name the most popular college team in Texas. You said the University of Texas. Survey said number 1 answer. All right. You said name a reason, or we asked you name a reason an NFL player doesn't make the Hall of Fame. You said this sucks, right?
They're not good.
All right. We're going to consider that as stats. Okay,
Yeah.
so number 3 answer. So 18 points for that one. All right. And then the last one we asked you, besides the 4 major sports, name a sport most Americans will watch. You said soccer. Number 5 answer with 6 points. Number 1 answer is UFC.
UFC, come on. And the 4 major sports, come on. Hockey's not a major sport. That's right, I said it.
Elijah, you finished this round with 65 points.
We're not going to get it. I'm sorry, guys. What was the final question? I didn't even...
The final one was name a sport a wife might catch a husband drooling over while watching the women.
I would say golf.
And beach volleyball was number 1. All right, let's bring out Adam.
It's a good test because if he's not actually listening. Well, anyway, since while we're waiting for Adam, tough game for the Lobos this week, losing to Liberty University. Supposed to be a game that you pay a team a little amount of money or a large sum of money for them to play,
And
kind
they
of
get
just
lumped
to
on.
you to beat them, and we did not beat them. And they were trending on Twitter yesterday because they don't get very many wins, especially against Division I schools, and so tough loss for Lobos at home.
Is it time to fire Bob Davey?
Personally, I had this conversation with a friend yesterday, and I think he's a great coach, but I think for the new athletic director, if you want to kind of get away from all the crap going on, get rid of pretty much all of Krebs' hires, and that way you can kind of start fresh. Less Ray Birmingham, but...
Alrighty, Adam, so your teammate got you 65 points.
I didn't get to answer the last question. 20 seconds on the clock. It's not enough time.
All right,
We need 200.
So 25 seconds on the clock, Mr. Producer.
Sorry, thank you
All
for
right,
the
Adam,
65.
if you say a repeat question, you will hear a okay?
A repeat question.
Or a repeat, yeah. So if a repeat answer, sorry. Repeat answer.
All
Okay,
right.
here we go. 25 seconds on the clock. Clock will start after the first question is read. Name a sport in which the announcers get as excited as the fans.
Soccer.
Name a sport most popular. Name the most popular college team in Texas.
Texas A&M.
Name a reason an NFL player doesn't make the Hall of Fame.
An NFL doesn't. Attitude.
Besides the 4 major sports, name a sport most Americans will watch.
Golf.
Name a sport a wife might catch her husband drooling over the women while watching.
Volleyball.
All right, good job.
Yeah, all right. The beach volleyball was
I was prepared for that last round. I've done months of research.
All right, we asked you name a sport in which the announcers get as excited as the fans. You said soccer. That is the number 5 answer with 8 points. Football was the number 1.
Are you kidding? Goal!
I said hockey. American football, they have to be impartial.
Baseball was number 2. Hockey was number 3. Basketball
Baseball?
was number 4. Soccer was number 5. And UFC was number 6.
This website.
I don't know.
All right. You said name the most popular. We asked you name the most popular college team in Texas. You said Texas A&M.
Panicked.
Number 2 answer, Adam. Good job.
Really?
33 points. TCU was number 3. Texas Tech was number 9. Baylor was number 5. And SMU was number 6. All right. Name a reason an NFL player doesn't make the NFL, the Hall of Fame.
Like a TO.
You said attitude. No, that wasn't on the board. Number 1 was no Super Bowl ring.
Oh.
Steroids was number 21. Stats was number 3. Didn't play long enough was number 4. And the team he was on was number 5.
That makes sense. I was just thinking like qualified to make, but not chosen.
Besides the 4 major sports, name a sport most Americans will watch. You said, I don't remember what
Golf.
you said. Golf. Yes.
Apparently it wasn't on there.
Sorry. No, it was number 2 answer. Number
Yeah,
2
there you
answer. All right. So UFC was the number 1. Golf was number 2. Tennis was number 3.
UFC.
Boxing was number 4. And number 5 was
Wait,
soccer.
tennis?
Yeah, tennis was number 3. All right. Name a sport a wife might catch her husband drooling over the women while playing. You said volleyball. That is the number 1 answer. Number 1 answer for volleyball. Good job, sir. All right. Tennis was number 2. Soccer was number 3. Basketball was number 4. And UFC was number 5. So let's count up the points. 41.
Carry the 3 minus the 2.
Yeah, sure.
29,
Dun, dun,
50,
dun, dun,
65,
dun, dun.
73.
You know, on the real show, they
89.
just like flip a switch and it's there.
Yeah. Well,
That was terrible.
Calculator.
you guys finished with, let's see here, 142 points. So, unfortunately,
So we get to take home the puck today.
no one goes home with the puck. This is 2 weeks in a row. You guys have failed.
We'll come through for you next week, guys, I swear.
Alrighty, so that wraps it up for the Crew Family Feud. Adam wins his first game ever, and you guys you failed it.
It was fun. We'll get you next week. How about some
Final headlines. All right, so it's that time of the show where we discuss something around the sports world, either this week that happened or something coming up. And as always, we start with Elijah Esquivel.
And as always, I usually have 2, and I will do 2 for 2 totally different sports. First one is an easy one. Shout out to NASCAR. I know you guys rip me all the time for NASCAR. Today was the introduction of the Roval, which is the new course that they made in Charlotte Motor Speedway, place where I've seen many races before. And the Bank of America 500 has been a really boring race the last few years, and they changed up the course. First time racing it today, and it was a lot of fun. And NASCAR fans had a good time. The whole race was really good, and that's going to be a fun track that people are going to be paying attention to in the future. So good job, NASCAR, because they're really trying to get people to be fans of it, and it's a hard sport to get people to like. First final headline. Second one, MLB race heating up. My
Baseball
goodness,
season is not officially over until tomorrow.
Tomorrow. This is the first time in MLB history where you will have 2 different games going 1 extra game in the regular season to determine a winner. You have my Dodgers and the Rockies tomorrow playing in LA, and then you have the Brewers and the Cubs.
Where's that one at? In Chicago?
I think it is in Chicago. Don't quote me on that. I don't know for sure. And the interesting part about this one game playoff. No, not the 1 game wild card playoff. 1 game. The winner wins the division. The losers play against
each other in the wild card, right?
the losers play against each other in the wild
What's going
card
on?
for 1 game. And so
I gotta give a shout out to Jordan.
Uh-oh.
He says Elijah smack talks NHL as being part of the top 4 sports, and then shouts out NASCAR.
Jordan's sad because his Real Madrid team is a sorry team, but so is my Barcelona team. So
Well played.
shouts out NASCAR. Not a shout out to you, Jordan.
Well
Just because
played.
your team wanted it doesn't mean you can trash talk on the
That was-
web.
that was solid.
Anyways, though, yeah. So the winners will win the division. The losers will then play a 1 game playoff for the wild card. And so this is the first time you get it. So these games are always exciting. They're nerve-wracking if it's your team, but they're always exciting if you're not that much of a baseball fan because it's everybody bringing everything to these games. So be on the lookout for tomorrow. Both games are tomorrow.
I looked down at the monitor and he was like showing his tattoo. I was like, what are you doing, man? Anyways, we always fall apart at the end of the shows. Barca and Madrid drew this weekend? All right.
Yeah, we both stunk this weekend.
So my final headline is just the failure to fly. U.S. should have stayed in the U.S. and not ventured over to the Ryder Cup. It was a stink fest. After my final headline for last week of Tiger, the hype, the FedEx Cup, all of that, what a rough Ryder's Cup. Wah, wah, wah. USA, I don't know if you were jet lagged. I don't know what was up. You had some pretty cool rounds, ups and downs. I didn't like the pairings personally, but USA just gets eaten alive over in France. So that's my depressing final headline. Get your act together at the Ryder Cup.
Well, like Elijah, I have two as well. First one, give it up to the Boise State Broncos. They are back when Mountain West played. They took out the Wyoming Cowboys. And that, New Mexico Lobo fans, is how you do it. Stop it, both of you. I did not shake my heads at both of you. All right, so the Boise State Broncos get the victory over the Wyoming Cowboys, 34-14.
The ABQ Sports Crew talking about the Boise State Broncos.
Would you guys stop it? Okay, this is mine.
He's never even been to Boise.
All right, my second one is, thank you, Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. You have finally done something that has made me so happy. And Mike Scioscia is stepping down.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I think he knew it was coming, so he announced after today's game that he was stepping down as the Angels manager. So the Angels will have a brand new coach next year. Unfortunately, Shohei Ohtani will not be part of the Angels next year.
And probably Mike Trout either.
But,
Definitely no.
Those were my two for the final headlines. But hey, one big thing that we're proud to announce or be part of as well as our sister station, the Lobo Hockey Network. We were at both games this Friday. Me and Adam were broadcasting. Julian was working his magic behind the camera. Jen was selling that merchandise. Aaron as well.
The merchandise turned out unreal, guys. If you're a UNM Lobos fan, you've got to get out there.
Julian's
and
wearing
check it out.
his T-shirt right now.
Yeah, our producer is rocking his. There's all kinds of cool stuff. We got some good stuff in the works. Not going to give anything away. A ton of subscribers went up on the Lobo Hockey Network's YouTube. If you haven't already, make sure you go follow it. Live broadcast, and in a couple weeks, we've got a rivalry with Texas Tech coming to town. It's going to be a fun one, Josh.
Unfortunately, the Lobos play with all their heart, but they just couldn't get the wins this weekend. Playing a really good Colorado Mesa school.
That's a team that's going to be number one in the division.
Oh yeah, it's got to be. So give it up to the Lobos hockey team. They played without their best defenseman both games. He's out.
And then
for
their best
regular
offensive
season.
player in the second.
Yeah, Nate Tagliagami was unfortunately disqualified for fighting in the first game. So, but Texas Tech is coming, and we can't wait. Adam, please do not fight with the coach this year.
We have a history.
Elijah, hopefully we can see you out there for at least one of those games. He's
like, hey,
October 12th and 13th. October 12th and 13th at the Outpost. So, we want to.
Is that Balloon Fiesta season?
I think it's like the last. I think is that part of the last weekend? Because this next.
Who goes to Balloon Fiesta?
You're out.
All right, cool, guys. That's awesome. We live in Albuquerque. You see balloons like.
Remember we went last year, Julian, during Balloon
we'll get
Club,
out there.
So.
It's a fun time, guys. Just come out, support your local team. They are a club. They're not supported by the university. They're ACHA. So every single one of you that can make it out, it goes a long ways. And check out their website. Check out the Facebook page because they sell the merchandise. And yeah, support your team.
Alrighty, guys. Well, that's going to wrap it up for another episode. It's already time to go, guys. Next week, we are going to be talking NFL Week 5. One of us is going to be in tears because they know that they have to go out to Coors de Montano here in Albuquerque.
How long is this going to be for? I think
we should do it for an hour.
That's a long
I think an hour is. How about
that's a long
30
time.
minutes?
30.
30
we'll
minutes.
do 30. I like that.
30 minutes.
An hour is a long time.
That is a long time. We'll probably get a cop telling us to leave at some point. It's going to be a sign that says honk if the Broncos suck.
Honk if the Jets suck. While
make
Adam's
sure
wearing that
you
bright.
get out there. We'll announce it. We'll get it on film. Just make sure you go out and you honk at Josh.
We're also going to be covering Week 5. We'll talk about everything that happened. We'll take our Week 6 picks. And guys, we're already going to be talking Week 6 coming up. It's just going too fast. Would you stop looking at me like that?
Week 6.
Yeah.
It's Week 5.
Well, Week 5 next week, and then we'll be making our predictions for Week 6.
So, MLB baseball playoffs. That's what you should do.
There you go.
I think Elijah should make a post tomorrow on how it's going. So
if it's going our way, maybe.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to our first ever episode on YouTube. We can't wait to see where this grows. Make sure you hit that little red button on your screen that says subscribe. That way you can follow us whenever we go